Chat, this is EJSA Control. YouTube, do we have an acquisition of signal? Present. Roger, YouTube chat. We will continue coverage as expected. So, this is part 12 on the YouTube VOD. Part 12 on the YouTube VOD. Current mission timeline is 4 days, 3 hours, 35 minutes, 35 seconds. And thank you for the bits, Berto Bean. We're in flight day 5, coming on the end of today's activities. What they are working on here is they're basically preparing for the outbound trajectory correction 3 maneuver here. It's about... Oh, it was in the press conference. I don't remember what it was. I'm getting tired. We're coming up on the end of the day, though. We ready for tomorrow? I'm ready, Leo. You ready, buddy? Anyone know how the Ox test went? Ox test went fine, from what I could tell. I was cooking Easter dinner when they were doing the Ox test, man. I was looking at it left and right. I was freaking making gravy. I'm like, oh, yeah. Hey, taste, Dad, taste this, test this. I need to. Give me a second. Like, so, from what I saw, the tests went fine. You have to be here for Lunar SOI transition.
This is Artemis Mission Control in Houston, Texas.
14-second burn.
Again, we were hearing some communication between the crew on board the Orion spacecraft,
so
which is named
Integrity,
and the team here at Mission Control. They were discussing some of the upcoming activities on the timeline for the remainder of the crew's day. Earlier today, following crew wake up, the crew jumped into a OX suit, developmental flight test objective. OX is the Orion crew survival system suit, that orange suit you see them wear for dynamic activities, including launch. They donned their suits or put them on and performed several different activities wearing those suits, but they were running behind on the timeline a little bit, so they are working to free up some of the remaining activities and defer activities that aren't critical to take place today.
Discovery, go and
so that is what a majority of that conversation was about. So following the outbound correction burn, which is scheduled to take place in about 51 minutes from now. Again, it's a very small correction to fine-tune the trajectory of the Orion spacecraft as it makes its final approach and goes around the moon and returns back to Earth. Again, that lunar flyby planned for flight day 6 on Monday, April 6th, and that splashdown will be on Friday, April 10th. Following that burn, they will just have a few remaining activities to be completed for the day, including some standard anomaly gas or AGA readings that they take to measure the gases such as carbon dioxide in the crew cabin. They also have some toilet maintenance activities that they complete every day. And then they will have a post-OX suit developmental flight test objective cabin inspection that they will complete before they head into their pre-sleep period to wrap up flight day 5.
Okay, so you guys don't want to... So, Jam, if you're here, please reply. Make sure, because I wrote 9 p.m. Jam, for you, if you're on the west coast of the U.S., you want to see the lunar operations, the lunar close flyby stuff, be here at 9 in the morning. That'll make sure you'll get the whole thing. It's gonna be from 9 a.m. on the west coast. On the east coast, be here at noon. Do I have an image of the Orion capabilities? Yeah, Mikey, give me 1 second, dude. So, Anonymous, look. Here's the Artemis 2 capsule. Let me show you the trajectory. This is what a free return looks like from like a standalone reference frame. Like, watch. So here's what's gonna happen. Ready? So a little later tonight, they're gonna enter the moon's gravity and watch their trajectory. Their trajectory is gonna start moving. The moon's gonna pull them in. See? Right there. Look at that. See? They're starting to turn. The moon will pull them in. And when they get closer into the grav well, the moon will pull them even further, and then moon keeps going by, right? And they leave out of the moon's grav well on the other side. That's the figure 8, dude. You got it. And then they'll go back. They go back. But yeah, eyes is really good at showing the free return trajectory. So this is what's happening tomorrow. This part right there. That's going to be a really important part. What are Artemis P1 and P2? That's the Artemis Themis mission. They study the moon's interaction with the sun. SOI is sphere of influence, yes. And Mikey, the link, some of the links should be in there. Why do they spin it? Stabilize it like a rifle bullet. The computer on board doesn't care. It's pretty coggers, yeah. No time for caution, chat. Yeah, spin stabilizing the satellite, guys, is a lot cheaper than trying to put like a gyroscope on it to get it to stabilize. With the right type of satellite, you don't even need to worry about that. You just spin the damn thing. Yeah, spinning is a good trick. Hang on.
And about 3 minutes away from the Starfield maneuvers.
Starfield maneuvers. They're gonna put the op nav into position for the OTC burn. Optical navigation system and star
copy
trackers.
that, Mark. And I've got something for you on lunar targeting package when you're ready.
They're gonna target
We're
the
ready.
moon with cameras.
So PCDs 1 and 2, everything worked perfectly. PCD 3,
Hey, Revs.
The lunar targeting package, when I double click on it, it tries to open, goes to the web page, and then the little in process circle just keeps going and going. I waited quite a while and it never opened. So then I started the troubleshooting where I created the shortcut and renamed it on the desktop, but I get the same signature when I try to open it, and it's just chewing away with a little satellite going around the moon.
Cool loading screen.
Okay, Jeremy, copy. We're chewing on that. We'll get back to you with more words.
Jack, am I stupid because I'm quite new to all this and sometimes feel overwhelmed? No. Jack, feeling overwhelmed and helpless is that's normal. Yeah, don't worry about that. Write a passage for every new spaceflight fan. See, you're very quickly going to realize you have no idea what the hell these people are talking about. you're going to very quickly realize that, like, I didn't understand what the hell they just said. Like, that was not English, right? And then you'll be like, you know what, dude? I want to learn what they're saying. I want to understand what's going on. And yeah, and then you pick it up over time. That's what I was like 15 years ago, dude. To write a passage for every spaceflight fan. You just feel like I want to learn what these people are saying, but they keep saying stuff, and I don't know what they're saying. You know? Yeah, don't worry about that. That's normal, dude. You're not stupid at all. That happened to every single one of us, dude. Even me. There was a time where I had no freaking clue what any of this meant. And yeah, you pick it up over time. Fortunately, I'll teach you. Don't worry about that. I had nobody to teach me. There was no internet streaming spaceflight stuff when I got into this stuff. I had to go read books. I had to go read books. I checked out books at the library in like the late 2000s to read about spaceflight, dude. Not even kidding. Yeah, can you imagine that? Reading
tablet.
Who reads a book?
Able to use and reference various procedures during their mission. That lunar targeting
problem,
package
Hecky, I
will be
got
the
you.
primary tool guiding crew observations
Like
during the
paper.
lunar
Dude, I
flyby
still
on
have
Flight Day
them.
6, which will take place tomorrow. On
Not the books that I
Monday,
checked
April
out. I
6th.
returned those.
It consists of 2 key components, the Lunar
yeah.
Geography Review and the Lunar Targeting Plan.
It's good stuff.
The Lunar
This one's about
Geography
propulsion.
Review helps astronauts study major lunar features in advance of the flyby and learn how to orient themselves during the flyby, while the Lunar Targeting Plan provides a detailed timeline of observation targets, background science context, and
Discovery,
specific
go and
instructions
throttle
for
up.
imaging
I read
and
books.
making verbal descriptions.
Man, you should see the books on my wall, dude. I read a lot. It's just I don't read stories. Personally, dude, when I went in school, which was in the Stone Age, like that was not recent. Yeah, I learned better from reading books, to be 100% honest with you. But also, yeah. 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 I have a whole bookshelf over there full of stuff. Full of books about rocket science. It was expensive to accrue a collection like that. The Orion imaging capabilities is not in the links. Okay. Let me find it. I have it over here. Where is that? Any of them leather bound? No, I'm not a news anchor. What do the librarians think? Question, EJ. I haven't been able to read the experiments on this flight. Do you have a favorite one that they're doing? Taking pictures of the moon is pretty much my favorite science objective here, dude. Mikey, what were you looking for? You're looking for Orion imaging capabilities. Are you talking about the one with all the cameras on it, dude? Is that what we're talking about? Yes, got it. There you go. There's the link. EJ is what we call in close circles a genius savant. No, dude. Look, fellas, there ain't no trick to this. There's no trick to this. I've been doing it for 15 years. Don't worry about it. You pick it up over time and you get better at it. My big thing is that I just love spaceflight. Like, that's it. Like, but dude, if you did this for 15 years, you'd know as much as I would too. Oh, I love getting mooned. It's my favorite thing. Are you going to cover Starlink 1735 or no? Yeah, I'll figure out a way to fill it in. Yeah, Meds, I agree. It is pretty sweet. Your favorite space book is Rocket Ranch. Yeah, Tiger, I'm quite fond of this book too. Yeah, Rocket Ranch is pretty good. That's a pretty good one. This tells you about all the equipment, all the factories and all the equipment and the launch pads and everything to make the Apollo program work. It's a book about Apollo program GSE.
Integrity Houston, you ready for the burn conference, Jeremy?
This is a 3D render, Senchuk. Don't worry about it. This is not a real. That's not a real picture.
1 minute, please.
Raj.
BA, you're too kind. I know you're not a part of NASA, but do you think a chemist could contribute to spaceflight? Rockets combust things, Berta Bean. You need to know a good bit about chemistry to do that. I love spaceflight and I'm a chemist, and I'm wondering if there's any real need for chemists in spaceflight. Yes, usajobs.gov. Dude. Yeah. Yes. Short answer is yes. Yeah. Uh-huh. Could you or someone in the future make a list of good books for learning about spaceflight? I have a books list on Discord, Nuclear. Yeah, we've had that for a while, man. Bunch of good stuff. All the book, like almost every book on my shelf There's some books on my shelf that you guys can't get. But, yeah, you know. There's a reason why you can't get them. Give them to you. Mutter's got it. Check the link. There you go, Nuclear. Mutter linked it up. Is that a challenge? You don't want to get crazy with me, boy. You don't want
Houston, Integrity is ready for the burn conference.
All right. As we discussed earlier, the UTC of ground generation was 95-14 even. And the first delta is delta V total.
Don't mess with me, son.
Which is 10.4.
You can't have it. It's mine.
TGO is 19 seconds.
10.4 feet per second.
Attitude should be yaw pitch roll 312, 315, 75.
So heading 312.
And delta V XYZ should be 4.7 minus 5.3.
Okay.
7.6. How copy so far?
He's telling them the direction the capsule is going to be in and how long the engine is going to fire. XYZ delta V translations.
Okay. No deltas in the burn execution steps. And then finally, in the burn notes, one delta, which is that we have already manually pressurized the fuel tank to 290 psia, and pressurization will still be active during the burn config segment. The burn will be performed in blowdown.
Okay, they already primed the engines and armed. Well, they pressurized the fuel tanks.
Copy.
Any questions for us?
No, Matt. No, this is not. This is all engine
Mark,
stuff.
to be sure we understand your last, we understand you said it is pressurized now, and that we will be in blowdown. Is that a good read?
Yes, that's a good read back.
They have more than enough fuel left, Willie, to do this burn. Orion probably still has about 1 kilometer a second delta V, or about 3,300 feet per second delta V. This is a 10 feet per second burn. So, all right. Outbound trajectory correction 3, my pick. They're doing a 3.3 meters a second trajectory correction, but it's a course correction, so it's not posigrade completely, not retrograde completely.
Hey, Mark, in your first statement, we thought we heard you say it would be pressurized during the burn, which doesn't match our understanding of blowdown, but maybe we either misheard or you said like it would be pressurized now, but not during the burn.
We did pressurize it a couple of hours before TIG, and it will still be active.
Racing in Space is a good game, Tiger.
Mark, we're scratching our heads a little bit on what you mean about it will still be active and marrying that up with being in blowdown. Our understanding of blowdown is that we would not have active pressurization, but we would use the existing pressurization.
Okay, sorry, yeah, I've made it more confusing than it had to be. That's a good understanding. The pressurization will still be active during burn config segment, and the burn will be performed in blowdown. Does that make more sense?
Thanks, Mark. That makes a lot more sense. So at some point during burn config segment through the start of the burn, the active pressurization will be turned off.
Yes, that'll happen when we transition at TIG minus 5 minutes.
Thanks, Mark. I'm not sure what the TIG acronym means.
Perfect. All understood on board. Thanks for going through that with us.
Of course.
I'm not sure what the TIG acronym means. I know it has something to do with the burn.
I also have some troubleshooting steps on that LTP that wasn't working properly on PCD3 when it's a good time for somebody.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you can go ahead and send that now, Mark.
Got it.
Okay.
Pick off every TIG.
You can pull up procedure 36.1.3, which is Lunar Targeting Package User Guide. And you can execute step 6.1.2, which clears the cache, and then go back and try that message 3.05.05 again.
Okay, just give me the procedure. I got it was step 6.1.2, but say again the procedure number.
It's 36.1.3, Lunar Targeting Package User Guide.
I'm not sure what blowdown is in this context, Tiger.
Okay, I'll put that in work.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so they're getting ready to do the outbound trajectory correction 3 burn. This is a Dragon capsule model, but it'll get the point across. Guys, when you do a burn, when you do a home and transfer burn out to the moon, basically go to the moon, right? When you go to the moon, right, you do have to worry about perturbing forces. So think about it like if you were in a ship, right? Like a ship, a sailing vessel or something, right? And you left from the United States, right? And your ship was pointed directly like at the direction you need to go to get to, like, I don't know, France or something, right? If you kept going on that line, right? If you have fair seas, right? You'll make it. Right, I know shipping and like ship navigation is more complicated than this. Just bear with me.
Integrity Houston, confirm TLT and Orb Guide converged. We're assessing the onboard solution.
Okay, so say it was windy, your ship will get blown off course, right? And then you'll end up somewhere else.
They did converge, and we are assessing versus the burn pad now. So far, so good.
Orion in space
Copy.
can get blown around. It can get blown around by solar winds. The sun's exhaust can push the capsule around, and they would have to do correction. So if the solar wind blows you this way, right? You're still going in that direction, but you got to turn, right? You got to burn the spacecraft this way to get back onto the right trajectory, right? that happens. Orion, for the most part, has had pretty quote-unquote fair seas on this ride out for the moon. Most of the OTC-3 burn correction is from the manual piloting demonstration yesterday, where they pushed the capsule down, pushed the capsule up, centered it, moved it left, moved it right, centered it, all right, roll left, roll right, centered it again. That most of the OTC-3 burn, the corrections are from the manual pilot demo yesterday, where they purposefully spun the capsule around to see what it would do.
Integrity confirming your go-no-go for this burn.
No, Birder Bean, there are all kinds of orbital perturbations out there.
We are about to put that in work. Stand by.
Do you remember if that was on the fuel or O2 side? Pi Guy, they said helium. For what it's worth, it showed up on the center display left side, left valve. If you really wanted to know. Hey, Tech. Hey, Mumanji. 52-month resub. So, what Mark's original number readback was basically the direction that they have to push, the direction that they have to orient the capsule, right? And then fire the engines to push themselves back on course. Keep in mind, the ship is in 3 dimensions, so he gave your delta V numbers in 3 axes. Some of them were negative, which means the capsule most likely has to turn into the vector that it's going and slow down a little bit. You had a negative number for one of the axes.
Integrity Houston, MCC has pulled go for the burn.
On Apollo 13, blowdown meant the fuel tanks had enough helium pressure in them that they
Integrity
could
copy.
still burn the descent engine for a... Yeah, okay. So that means there's still ullage in the lines, Chevelle. Okay, Mark's talked to Integrity. He said that mission
This is
control
Artemis
is go
Mission
for
Control in
OTC-3.
Houston, Texas. We just heard confirmation there that the team here in Mission Control has pulled go for the upcoming outbound trajectory correction.
Watch to see if their
burn
speed
3.
changes.
This burn expected to take place in
It's
about
automatic,
26
Booth.
minutes from now, and it will be an approximately 19-second burn using the auxiliary engines on the Orion spacecraft. There were previously 2 other outbound trajectory correction burns on flight days 3 and 4 that ended up being canceled, as it was determined they were no longer needed due to the accuracy of the translunar injection burn on flight day 2. However, the team decided to go ahead and execute this outbound trajectory correction burn 3 today on flight day 5 to ensure an accurate trajectory as the spacecraft begins to make its way around the moon and back to Earth to minimize further larger trajectory corrections that may be needed on the return journey.
Yeah, Pi, it was on the DFTO yesterday. They isolated the valve. It was off. I saw it. It was helium to whatever the tank is on the left side, dude. Suspiciously synced up, man. Yeah, right? Space is wild. Brand new Falcon 9 West Coast launch soon. Yep. Did the AJ-10 and the RCS use the same fuel? Yes. Happy partner anniversary. Thank you. This is an automatic burn. They're letting the computers do it. That's part of the reason why they did the manual pilot demo yesterday. Understanding they are on the DSN, how much live footage will we get as they slingshot around? As much as they can when the moon isn't in the way, Tech. I don't know why we don't have live footage right now. I'm kind of sick of looking at this render of Orion, but whatever. Can I read your last question? Yeah. Did you see the outboard view during the Artemis 2 launch where they jettisoned the launch abort system? Yes, I've seen it. Apologies if you went over this before, but I've been away with limited time to check in. Yeah, I've been getting that a lot, Riverin. It's all good, dude. Don't worry about it. Did they ever figure out the root cause for the time desync? Something funky with the antennas. That's been fixed. Did you get the link to this? You can rotate it. I have the link up, dude. Yeah, here. Let me reconnect.
Peace and integrity for the LTP.
Go ahead, Jeremy.
LTP is Lunar Target Package.
Okay, I cleared the cache as per the procedure. Then I tried to open the original LTP link, and I got the same signature as before. So I cleared the cache again.
Turbo.
And then I opened the LTP link that I created myself, and I get the same signature.
Okay, back to head scratching here.
Freaking Windows 98! Get Bill Gates in here! You said the Windows 98 would be faster with better access to the internet! It is faster, over 5 million. Freaking Windows. Tell them to run it in administrator mode, then... Yeah, right. I don't listen to hip-hop. Freaking Windows 98. It's still funny, Frosty. It's still funny. Dude, how old is that movie? 27 years old? It's still funny. It's still funny. Yeah, just perform some percussive maintenance. Damn thing. Tricked us all into liking a musical. Yeah, right? Those damn Trojan Mongolian horses. Someone who works in IT, I feel this in my soul. So Reed's trying to read about the lunar targeting package. The lunar targeting package plan is basically NASA's way of saying how they're going to take pictures of the moon, where they should point the cameras, how you should go about taking the pictures when you get close to the thing, etc., etc. NASA has probably a whole super helpful list of all that information on a website that he can't get to. Reed's trying to get to it on his PCD, his personal computing device. A Surface tablet. That's what it is, a Surface tablet, which is why I made the Windows joke. Wish somebody would rickroll them. Oh dear. What's this, Cajun? Oh. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Yeah, that's a pretty good picture. No big deal. No big deal. Whatever. Why use tablets instead of laptops? Tablet you can tape to your you can Velcro it to your pant leg. It's a little bit smaller and it's a little bit lighter.
Integrity Houston, tank pressures are good for the burn.
Okay.
Integrity.
Listen, Tranquility Base.
Hey, Crafty.
The Eagle has landed.
Have you read NASA SP 287, What Made Apollo a Success? Referenced by Smarter every day, Destin in his 2023 talk to a NASA crowd.
I've read it.
Thanks for the great coverage. Hope you manage to wrangle enough Zeds tonight for tomorrow.
Dude, the voice, the text-to-speech voice says Zeds. That's funny. Yeah, dude, SB287. I've read it. I read it before that Smarter Every Day, a long time ago. Hey, Togalok. Yeah, dude, it has been a long time. Kongonwa. Bro, these Zeds in it. Righto. The ISS posted this picture today. We spoke about it last night. Oh, wow. That's weird. Whoa. Doom, that's super strange. What are the odds of that? The ISS just took a picture of some random hydroelectric dam and reservoir that we were talking about last night.
Integrity Houston, our email sync is complete. All inboxes are unlocked.
That's weird. What are the odds of that happening, actually? We were talking about like crater impacts on Earth, right? And there's one in Quebec in Canada that they put a dam in front of and it filled the crater, right? Yeah, Mark just said the email's synced. So that's like, they were talking about craters in the post. That's oddly specific, dude. See last. No, I'm good. That's oddly specific.
Integrity Houston, solar arrays are in position for the burn.
Who's out there? Identify yourself. That's weird, man. That's a little bit too much of a coincidence, man. Who are you out there? Identify yourself. I see you. I don't, but post pictures of a banana.
This is Artemis Mission Control. We've heard a couple of call-ups from the ground here in Mission Control ahead of the upcoming outbound trajectory correction 3 burn, which is planned for about 16 minutes from now. One of the first call-outs was in regards to the propellant tank pressurization, confirming that service module tank pressure is in the proper condition for the upcoming burn, and then also confirming that the solar array wings on the Orion spacecraft are in the correct orientation to support the upcoming burn. Again, this burn is expected to last about 19 seconds using the auxiliary pulse-X engines.
What kind of
the
grapes,
Orion
Trav?
spacecraft service module.
What kind of grapes?
The flight control position here in Mission Control Houston, responsible for the solar array wing specifically, and that most recent call out is MPO, which is the mechanical and power officer. They are responsible for the electrical power generation, solar arrays, the array rotation mechanisms, and power distribution systems on board the Orion spacecraft.
Move the grapes. Move the grapes specifically 1 foot to the right of where they are. Move them towards Jeff Radigan then if you want to play this game. Just go over there and just move them a little bit. We'll see about this. No, move them towards Jeff. Jeff is sitting on the back console. Yeah, maybe Rise. Who knows? Yes, space is true. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Brandon, that's very weird, man. Yeah, Bonsister, they're slow, man. Yeah, Bill, that's why I said. That's why I said. At least they're not green grapes. At least they're the green grapes. Those are the best. Thank you, Liv. I knew I liked you.
Integrity Houston, maneuver to burn attitude starting in about 3 minutes.
Burn first, Falcon 9 second, guys. Never thought I'd say that word. Okay.
Integrity.
What is the reason for the slow velocity compared to 24 hours ago? Earth's gravity's trying to pull them back, dude. Hey, Pale Rider, what's up? Dan, Earth's velocity is trying to pull it back. That's what happens when you try to shoot the moon, right? You'll accelerate, right? And as you get further and further away, Earth's gravity wants to pull you back in. But the way they have this set up is that before they get to the point where Earth's gravity will pull them back in and they'll come back, the moon will pull them in first. And then just shoot them out, and then the Earth will pull them in. Should they not be going faster? Not this far out of the grav well, doggy. You guys got to understand, the further you get away from Earth, the slower you're gonna go. If you're in an orbit, like if you're in an orbit that's elliptical, right here. Go to eyes on the solar system. I know we're 3 minutes from the burn, but so let's back it out. Let's look at Artemis 2. Right? So if you look, Artemis 2 is in a very, this is called an eccentric orbit. Here, let's just flip it over to live. That's an eccentric orbit. Do you see how they shot away from Earth's grav well? If the moon wasn't here, Earth would eventually pull them back in, right? And they would fall back down, but they're going so fast they would just fall around Earth and they just keep going, right? That's what an orbit is. This type of orbit is extremely elliptical, meaning it's a very, very long oval shape, as opposed to like a circular orbit. The ISS is in a nice circular orbit over here. Because the ISS is in low Earth orbit, circularized, it's going 17,500 miles an hour. But when you make your orbit when you add orbital eccentricity to your orbit and you make it a big ellipsis like this, with the highest point in the orbit out by the moon, which is 250,000 miles that way, or about 400,000 kilometers that way, right? Earth's going to try to pull you back in. You don't have a constant speed. You have a slow point and you have a fast point, okay? The slow point is at the highest point in your orbit, because that is when Earth's gravity will overcome your velocity going away from it and it'll start pulling you back in. The fast point is at the low point of your orbit. So you kind of shot up and you go up and you go up and you do this and you do this and you do this. That's the type of orbit that they're in. But they put Orion into what's called an injection trajectory, right? A translunar injection trajectory that before they get to that high point, Dan, and pull themselves back in, the moon will pull them in first. Orbital mechanics, dude. So yeah, as they get further and further out of the grav well, Earth's going to try to pull them back, so they're going to slow down. If your altitude is going up and your speed is going down, right, that means you're on the uphill part of an orbit, right? But if your speed is going up and your altitude is going down, that means you're on the downhill part of your orbit, and that means your orbit is eccentric. It means it's elliptical, not a perfect circle. Really easy to spot. Dude, I've gotten to the point where I could tell you what type of orbit is something is in just by looking at the speed and altitude changes. Oh yeah, you can do all that. But yeah, that's why they're slowing down, dudes, because Earth's trying to pull it back in. What will be their reentry speed? 25,000 miles an hour at entry interface, give or take. Yeah, that's orbital mechanics, dudes. It's a little wonky. Here, you really want me to blow your mind? Watch what happens when the moon pulls them in. So see the moon over there, right? Watch what happens when the moon pulls them. Look, moon's gravity's pulling them in, and whoop! Isn't that weird? See, the moon will pull them in and it'll shoot them out backwards. The moon will basically fly by and it'll shoot them backwards. And shooting them out backwards, which is called a 180-degree ejection angle, right, will shoot them back into Earth's grav well, and they'll come home. Pretty cool, huh? I can't believe we don't have this in real time, but whatever. There's a Starlink launch, so I I'm going to double box this. Give me 1 second. But yeah, orbital mechanics is pretty cool. I don't teach it here. Like you're not going to be a college course here from like watching me, but I can give you the basics. Let's get that Starlink mission up here. Yeah, Sloth, I'm trying. So, oh.
The launch abort auto is running.
Whoa, that's rare.
Scrub today due to upper level wind shear. We're offering propellant, vehicle, and payload are healthy. Setting up for attempt tomorrow.
Falcon 9 scrubbed? Are we in a timeline where a Falcon 9 scrubbed on the first try and an SLS launched on the temp? What is happening here? Upper level winds. Yep. That was it. Yeah, they aborted. They aborted and the launch director said try again tomorrow. Real interesting there. Huh. Okay. Yeah, Net, we will now return to your regularly scheduled programming, I guess. That's weird. That's yeah, I mean windage, yeah, that's a brand new Falcon 9 booster. Why can't Falcon 9 ever hold, resulting in a scrub, but Starship can hold? It's designed like that. That and Falcon 9 goes to a much more precise orbit than anything that Starship is going to right now. What's your shortest launch coverage ever of all time? That one was pretty close. SLS launched and was 100% successful, but Falcon 9 scrubbed on the pad? What is happening? What is going on here? The SpaceXers just want to watch the Artemis burn. Actually, Livin, I know a lot of people that work at SpaceX that are super gung-ho about this mission. You know, like, let's watch. Never mind. Has some company bought the rights to video stream of the moon video, as we are not seeing it? Oh, you'll see it tomorrow, Crazy Horse. Don't worry about that.
Integrity Houston, we're in burn attitude.
So yeah, guys, if you want to learn more about orbital mechanics, I can teach you that stuff. That's no problem. That it's actually not that hard to understand. Yeah, right, Revs? What is going on here?
This is Artemis Mission Control in Houston, Texas. We just heard that confirmation called up to the crew on board the Orion
so the capsule's
spacecraft.
Position in the right position?
The spacecraft has maneuvered to the correct burn attitude in preparation for the upcoming outbound trajectory. Correction 3 burn scheduled to take place in about 5 minutes from now.
Ice Cold, what time are we expecting to see the moon tomorrow? Or turn? I'm going to assume that's tomorrow. What time zone are you in? I always thought orbital mechanics were where 10mm sockets disappear to. No, I got one right here. We're good. Yes, it is a 10mm socket. They show up in my house. I have underpants gnomes that steal 10mm sockets. What? Can we go back to orbital mechanics? Hey, that's mine. I lost it. No. Is it? No, it's six-sided, not star point, dude. So this is Paul, this thing is superbly valuable. Or no, Paul's not here. Zeno, this is superbly valuable. Sorry, I read the name wrong. Did you just pull a 10mm socket out of my butt? Yeah, I could pull out any tool you want right now. There's a 1,000-piece toolbox sitting about 10 feet away from me. No, text leave them inside the fairings. Oh gosh, is this one a snap-on? No, it just says chrome vanadium on it. I don't know what brand that is. Hey Geek, thanks for the raid. Can you grab a 60 Newton meter torque wrench real quick? I mean, chrome vanadium, yeah, it might be Harbor Freight. I don't know. I mean, you want to play this game, Sea Kraken? Like, this one's a Tang, dude. Tang tools. Like, this one goes from 40 Newton meter to 200. Half-inch drive. Now do a TIG welder. My welder can do TIG mutters, so shut up. Hey, we got a live on board. No, hold up. I gotta put this away. Yeah, put this away. Hold up. Shut up, chat.
This is Artemis Mission Control in Houston, Texas. You're now seeing a live view of the Orion spacecraft, the exterior of the spacecraft, as we are about 2 minutes out from the upcoming outbound trajectory correction 3 burn. That burn is expected to last about 19 seconds, taking place around 10:03 p.m. Central, 11:03 p.m. Eastern Time. This burn will fine-tune the trajectory of the Orion spacecraft to ensure it stays on target for its journey around the moon and back.
That's not a solar panel, Cam. Those are the saws. Those are the solar array wings there. This is on board the... This is on, like, Orion almost, dude. Either that or it's on the top of the service module. Cutman Soul, yeah, and Ice Cold, guys, what time zones are you in? So, if you're in the Eastern time zone in Eastern U.S., be here at noontime. If you're on the West Coast of the U.S., be here at 9. That's when the activities really start kicking off. Cutman Soul Central, so be here at 11 a.m. And Mountain would be 10. 60 to the burn. So what they're going to do, they're going to fire the engines to do the course correction here. You should see, they said they're going to use the maneuvering thrusters. You should see those two in the back, right there. You should see those guys fire. I don't know, Josh.
This is Artemis Mission Control. We are about 30 seconds away from the time of ignition for the outbound trajectory correction burn. That is when the auxiliary thrusters on the Orion spacecraft service module will begin firing.
I don't know what that is, Outdoorsman.
Outbound trajectory correction burn and fine-tune its trajectory.
What do you think is the most complicated orbit to insert a spacecraft into? Getting into a low solar orbit, Jared, is very, very difficult. "10 seconds remaining."
And we have confirmation that that outbound trajectory correction burn is now underway.
Oh. I can't tell if those thrusters are firing. The panels are wiggling around,
and we now have confirmation that that burn has completed. Again, that was an approximately 19-second burn using the auxiliary thrusters on the Orion spacecraft service module. That burn completed at 10:03 p.m. Central
Time,
so they're B4Ds. Eastern Time.
They're the ones on the back.
To further fine-tune the Orion spacecraft's trajectory as it continues to make its...
So they didn't fire the big engine on the back, but the smaller engine, so we wouldn't have seen it. They used the auxiliary thrusters, not the maneuvering thrusters. So yeah, I don't know why we wouldn't have seen it. If they could have switched to the solar array wings and seen it, but we... You know, NASA doesn't like fun, so whatever. Yeah, that's the reaction control systems, Pi. Yeah, I know. That's the small stuff. They're using the B4Ds on the back. There's 8 of them. Yeah, the solar array wing would have done this, and you could have seen the damn thing firing, but yeah. like I said. Ugh. So is there going to be a fire during the slingshot? No. No, cold. No, dude. With this correction burn, dude, that's it. There's 3 inbound trajectory correction burns just in case that NASA has planned, but you're pretty much good, man. They look small on video. How big are those? Those are about, the solar array wings are about as long as a car. They're not as wide. They're about half as wide as like a regular car. Yeah, Kev, they're big. Orion is a big capsule. Orion's like, so it's got about 9 cubic meters of habitable volume inside, or about 316 cubic.
Integrity, pending your analysis, we would like to ask you to take over on step 23. We'll handle the RHC and get on with some other activities in our timeline.
Rotational hand controller.
All right, you got it.
They're going to manually maneuver the capsule back into a bias XSI position, if I understood that correctly.
Thank you. Great to finally do a burn.
I know.
It was great, Epic. How about
nice,
you?
Beautiful little burn, too. Hey, be advised we are maneuvering for opportunistic science, and you would need to configure your D5 and Z9 cameras for that, like yesterday.
Yeah, Sea Kraken. Orion's pretty cool, man. The capsule's winning me over. I really like Orion's design a lot.
We are tracking and looking forward to it very much. We had a gorgeous view of a very big moon right out of window 2 during that burn. Well, right before the burn, before we maneuvered. It was awesome.
Maybe the crew isn't, but Christina said...
And looks like we'll be back at window 2 for this as well. And also I have another little troubleshooting step for that.
Thanks for that heads up.
Yeah, you're welcome. Another troubleshooting step for that lunar targeting package when someone has a chance to copy.
Read. Solar panel. So we taking the 72 Coupe de Ville or the 87 Yugo? Yeah.
Okay, send me the troubleshooting steps there, Mark.
No. Okay, Jeremy.
Only identified stuff,
Ezekiel. Step 6.1.2. Do you still have that procedure that was in?
I do. It's just clearing
that's a good one,
cache,
Jack. We can use that.
And I understand it now.
Yeah. This time we're going to, on Media 14, which is the one at the bottom of that step.
Orion's big, dude. It's a big capsule.
We are going to change that time range for all time. And in addition to the cached images and files that you see already checked in that procedure, we're going to check cookies and other data. And then clear it, and then back to message 30505 and try again.
They're not talking about snacks. They're talking about cookies on the Surface tablet.
I did all time previously, but I didn't do the cookies and other data, so that's new. So I'll try that. Well, I just did it, and I'll see what happens. And then which LTP do you want me to try to open first? The one that was already there originally, or do you want the one that I created the new shortcut for on the desktop?
Checking.
Check your TCP IP settings, enable cookies? You want this dog? No. Thanks, Ollie. Yeah. Well, guys, I mean, Reed already cleared the cache on the browser. He cleared the cache on the browser. I don't think deleting browsing history and deleting cookies is going to fix much. It's entirely possible.
Jeremy, try the original shortcut first.
Orion, your cat's on your keyboard, by the way. Oh, clearing the cookies fixed it.
All right.
Oh my God. Why would clearing the why would deleting cookies but not clearing the cache fix it?
Okay, Mark, and
You know what? I don't want
did
the
other
answer.
2 steps too,
Whatever.
checking the 2 one-note actions, and they're both good on this PCD now, so we're all set.
That is awesome. Thanks, Jeremy.
They aren't the same data. I know. Oh, jeez. NASA Mission Control Tech Support, dude. I can't believe that. That's just... All right. Okay. Ground updated the page. Clearing cookies gets the newest data. Yeah.
This is Artemis Mission Control. About 7 minutes ago, the Orion spacecraft executed the outbound trajectory correction 3 burn to fine-tune the trajectory of the Orion spacecraft as it continues to make its way around the moon, with that lunar flyby planned for tomorrow on flight day 6. Now that outbound trajectory correction burn is complete, teams will be maneuvering the Orion spacecraft into an attitude to be able to capture some opportunistic imaging of the moon.
They need to add an IT specialist? Dude, Mission Control is the IT specialist. Mission Control is the original IT. Trey, I don't know if you've ever listened to the old Apollo communications on Apollo in real time, dude. It is literally tech support. It's tech support from 50 years ago. Dude, the conversations, like, hey, why does this light turn on? Well, hey, have you tried this? Well, no, I haven't tried that yet. Dude, the conversation is the same, and it's very strange. It's really uncanny. That was all automated, Keb, from there. Do you think with modern solar panels, fuel cells will ever make a comeback? Maybe for just a low Earth orbit access vehicle, like something like a shuttle or something, Sea Kraken, yeah. The original Atlas V rocket. Yeah, SCJ with the freaking mechanical computer on board. Yeah. Not the original Atlas V, just the original Atlas rocket. Talking about the SM-65. The guidance system on the SM-65 looks like someone took a bicycle and put it in a blender and it came out in like maybe a stopwatch. And it's like, oh yeah, here you go. You ever seen like Bendix Corporation's like mechanical flight computers? They're not sleeping yet, SPF. Where about over Earth is this right now? For the burn. Give me one sec. Europe. What's the azimuth? Azimuth 170, elevation 21. Okay. If they showed me the screens in Mission Control, I could tell you, but yeah, I'm not sure. What does Starship use for power? Solars or fuel cells? It's just battery power right now, Nader. Which Starship launch do I think SpaceX will send to orbit, Tony? I would say 13 if 12 goes right. This is a telemetry-driven animation, Ricky. Yeah. Oh, okay, Outdoorsman. Yeah, I don't have that. You'd guess 13 is a soft land in the Gulf.
Houston integrity for enabled flush caution.
Oh, no, not again.
Yeah, go ahead.
Gotcha,
We
good.
just got an enabled caution dump required.
All right, we see that as well, and we are about to put a wastewater dump in
You've
place
gotta be
and
kidding
get
me.
that going shortly.
Not again. This goddamn toilet, dude. You gotta be
Okay,
kidding
sounds good.
me.
And do you have the bandwidth for an HHP quick cabin view of the egress wall for the post DFTO cleanup?
We are checking, and
We gotta check in.
just
Over.
to make sure we're on the same page. So after this use, stand down from toilet ops until we get that dump done and let you know.
You've gotta be kidding me, dude. You've gotta be kidding. Freaking Wallowitz!
Understood.
There's no freaking way that this is happening. That thing is a pile of...
Yes, we can take
Crap.
the HHP cam.
Stand down from toilet operations. Toilet is currently no-go. They were doing maintenance, to be fair. They were gonna do some toilet maintenance, so... Until we get the dump. They're talking...
And hey, Mark, just to be 100% certain, secondary dumps are still okay, correct?
Yes, secondary dumps are still okay.
Secondary dump is the CO2. That's the CO2. The primary dump is urine. He's not talking about taking another crap, guys. A damn toilet. The toilet is in need of a plumber. We were worrying about cabin depress like a couple hours ago. Like, remember when that was like super like, oh no, something's wrong. No, everything's fine. We're just back to the toilet being crappy again. Needs to be redesigned. Dude, it needs something, man. No, it's the heater, guys. The heating element that heats the wastewater dump pipes is when they turned it on day 2, it started making a burning smell. I'm pretty sure that's how that went down. We'll wait for the official report from NASA, but they shut it off, and ever since then the toilet has sucked. Well, not actually, but you know. A secondary dump is emptying the CCUs. Oh, yeah. I guess in the context of the toilet, you're right. Yeah. There is also a secondary dumping system for dumping CO2 on Orion. But yeah. CCUs are bags that they pooped in from when the toilet wasn't working. Crafty, if that's what we're... Yeah. CCUs stand for contingency collapsible urinal. It's basically a bag that you poop and pee in. I've had to explain this every day. Every freaking day. Thus far, we are on flight day 5. It says, yeah, it's a bag that they freaking poop in. God damn it. I need a beer. I'll be right back. Give me a freaking beer, dude. Are you telling me there's human poop floating around in space? And on the moon? You're good at talking about crap. I don't want... That's not what I don't need this to be... a STEM stream. Poop, science, technology, engineering, and math. I just want the STEM part, you know? Is it okay to ask how do I obtain a NASA Artemis 2 Twitch badge? Far, the NASA Twitch channel will be live tomorrow. You got to get it over there, dude. I didn't get the memo. I'm not cool enough to get the NASA badge drop. Sorry, dude. STEMP. Oh, God. Science, technology, engineering, math, and poop. STEMP. I keep seeing a lot of different answers, but I trust yours a lot. What's the difference from the moon when a spacecraft will enter? What is the distance from the moon when a spacecraft will enter the SOI? About 40,000 miles, give or take. Dan, it's somewhere close. We're close to it right now. Is this the furthest toilet for Earth ever? Yes. Yeah, Amber, I really hope that changes tomorrow when we get near the moon. I swear if the toilet steals the show tomorrow again, I'm going to be a little upset. I'm going to be a little mad. I'm not going to lie. There was a signal change over there. Kind of beer? I have good old Pottstown piss. It's my go-to. If we're being classy, I drink Guinness. I love this stuff. It's fantastic. I'm serious. It tastes great. It's my favorite. It's one of my, like I said, this is my go-to. No, you won't. You're loving it, clearly. No, Kudich, this sucks. I want to talk about the different mares on the damn moon. But everybody asking questions about the damn toilet and the stupid thing keeps breaking. Are they slowing down in speed to take more pictures when they go around? They don't have to, Dimothan, they don't have to. Orbital mechanics will slow them down. If anything, they're going to be going a little bit faster than that when they go by the moon, but it's not going to be by much. What is the best pizza beer? Been moving all day today. Everything good except the toilet? I had a great Easter, Dino. An emergency cabin depressurization warning went off and shut off O2 to the capsule. They fixed it, but also little bit of a pucker moment a little while back, but you tweak the parameters and it's gonna be fine. Yeah, O2 is overrated. It's not like you need that for breathing. Bit of a sphincter squeezer. Yep. False positive or for realsies? False positive, but not for the reason that you think. It wasn't like the sensor went bad or something. They're moving the saws. They increased the fan speed on the HVAC systems to dry the suits during suit doffing, and that tripped the sensor because the airspeed sped up. It tripped the pressure sensor. Hey Miller, 50-month resub. Thank you. Yeah, so no, it was induced for sure, but there wasn't a cabin leak. But now we know if Orion does have a cabin leak and it trips the cabin pressure sensor, right? It shuts off O2 flow to the capsule from the ECLS, from the life support. I don't think so, Fluffy. No, probably not. But yeah, Dino, that's why they do these tests. That's very much something that was caught from the test. Yeah, that would have sucked to have happened during like an actual
Discovery,
mission.
go at throttle up.
Question: is Orion designed to become optionally crewed? Orion's like half satellite, Funky Bot. Yeah. Can ground control take complete control of the capsule if the crew is not able to do so for any other reason? Yes. Orion is half satellite, half crew capsule, dude. That's the other thing. It can operate by itself for over 200 days. Easily. Yeah. The reason why, have a ying on you, Hunter. Thank you. $2 super chat. The reason why is like, okay, so think about it, right? You go out to the moon, you get it into the lunar orbit, you dock to your lander, everybody goes down to the surface, and you could just leave it there. It could just stay there so nobody's doing a Michael Collins where they have to sit up there by themselves for long periods of time. So yeah, Orion can operate for 200 days uncrewed. No problem. You wanted a Mar question? Oh, yeah. This is why they test. That's right, Dino. It was a little bit of a pucker moment for sure, though. Frig, I'm sure somebody's working on that right now. A mod for KSP where the toilet breaks. Did previous commode complications commence after a burn too? It wasn't after a burn.
Integrity Houston for toilet maintenance.
Okay. I don't think so, Sloth.
Go ahead.
Oh.
Yeah, some good news. Since we've had pretty low usage on the toilet, the oxone change out is not required, so those steps can be skipped in that today.
Interesting. They're not going to use the Smellerator 9000.
Mark, we appreciate it, but that is already done.
Man, this crew's doing work.
Okay, copy. We'll schedule accordingly.
Okay. What was the pucker moment? So Sean, they had their suits on for testing today, and they took the spacesuits off, and you got to dry the spacesuits. If you don't dry the spacesuits, they'll get moldy because the water isn't going to go anywhere. It's not like they have wind to dry the damn spacesuits out. You have your spacesuits on, you sweat in it, right? And that moisture will stay there. So they got to dry the suits. So they increased the HVAC system, basically turned the fan speed up to get air circulating so they could dry the suits out, right? And when it did that, the air was circulating so much that it caused I mean, you know, if you move air faster, you're going to create a vacuum, right? The cabin pressure sensor tripped and cut off O2 to the capsule because it thought the capsule depressurized. Oops. But they caught it. And they flipped it. They put the ECLS, the life support systems, into maintenance mode. Basically booted up the life support systems in safe mode would be the right way to kind of cleanly explain that. They put it into maintenance mode and got O2 flow back into the capsule. Yeah, like I said, a little bit of a pucker moment from what I understand. Will Pizza Hut sponsor the next toilet? I don't know. But yeah, that definitely was a little bit of a, you know, like,
Oh, this is space. I'm in space.
Surely give the sub to Uncle Bill. Thank you. And then SCJ had a resub in there too. Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, that's, like I said, a little bit of a pucker moment, dude.
This is Artemis Mission Control in Houston, Texas. We are currently 4 days, 4 hours, and 53 minutes into the Artemis 2 mission following a liftoff from NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida on April 1st at 5:35 p.m. Central, 6:35 p.m. Eastern Time.
Hey, home desktop.
On your screen, on the left-hand side, you can see a view of the Artemis Real-Time Orbit website, which provides real-time data and telemetry updates from the Orion spacecraft, especially when we don't have live views coming from the cameras on the spacecraft itself.
So the guy that they've been talking
corner,
to
you can see a view of
right here. That's Mark.
Integrity Houston,
that's
we
the guy that's
show
talking.
ourselves an attitude for the opportunistic science, and we'll be there for about the next 15 minutes.
Opportunistic science means pointing the windows at the moon. That's the plain English way of saying that. They're trying to take pictures of stuff. So, look. Let's go to this view. See the windows? Windows are facing the moon. Thank you for all the happy partner anniversary messages, guys. I appreciate it. 11 years I've been partnered on Twitch. This dump sponsored by Pepto. Well, they need to fire the engine to slow down. Nope. Free return, geek. Here, let me show you. If you're wondering about their trajectory, their current position is right here. Watch, dude. Want to see how free return works?
This is Artemis Mission Control. A few moments ago, you heard a call up to the crew, noting that the Orion spacecraft is in attitude.
Confirm you got a good HHP stream.
We are working it now. So not yet.
Watch.
Spacecraft is in attitude for the crew to be able to capture some opportunistic science imagery of the moon, looking out of some of the cabin windows of the Orion spacecraft. They were referring to an HHP camera, that's a human health and performance camera inside the Orion spacecraft cabin that they are working.
Oh, Navin, you're in the right place,
dude. Getting those views here shortly of the crew inside the Orion spacecraft.
Oh, Navin, you're feeling sad that none of your friends are into it? Oh, believe me, that's the plight of every spaceflight fan. We're all spread out all over the place. Yeah, no, yeah. If you like space, you're in the right place. This is the right place. Yeah, thanks for those kind words, man. I'm glad you like the stream. Oh yeah. Don't worry about that. You could talk space with me for hours. I know, because I sit here and talk about space for hours. That's what I do. Or toilets, or toilets, whatever. Those are good too.
Too many views out the windows right now. We got the moon out through 4, and then Jeremy just spotted Earth out the side hatch window. So we're going to work on all that. But I just wanted to give you a quick once over. Nobody ever sees the cabin from this side except for us. So I got the camera over on the side hatch side. You can see the Equus wall there.
This is space. I'm in space.
You got gifted a sub. Oh, dude, onboards! Onboards! Let's go! I can't see anything. I got to turn the lights down. 24/7 toilet streaming. Really where we're at, ARJ, isn't it? Boom. I'm turning the lights down. What? It's dark in there. It's going to be dark in here.
Yeah, that's good, Reed. We're seeing that real well.
You're now seeing a live look inside the
Put it out the window!
As the crew completes some opportunistic imaging of the moon.
Put it out the window!
It's a bit dark inside the spacecraft because they've turned off the interior lights to provide a better environment to capture some of those images.
Mark, if there's anything of interest you guys are looking for, I'll highlight it.
Mark, right put it out the window.
A part of Jeremy that probably doesn't need to be highlighted.
Mark, tell him to put it out the window.
Roger that.
Reed. What's up, Christina? How you doing? Dude, this is sick, man. Smart.
This is space.
Hey,
I'm in space.
There you go. Got gifted 10 subs. Thank you very much.
Could we
look in the window?
Ask for a slow pan of the port wall, the lap, and the food warmer area.
Damn it,
I've
Mark!
not really seen much of that yet.
Yeah. Could you also point it out?
And this is just for curiosity. We're not concerned about anything.
Christina did take some cabin config photos. There's the PWD area.
We're not.
And we would also like to see the window, please.
There's the food warmer galley area. Maybe you can see the bungee jail there. I don't know if it's too dark or not.
So see that briefcase? That's the kitchen. Or galley, because nautical terms. That's the port side of the capsule.
Yeah, that's a good
Front
view.
of the capsule's up there.
You see those IT cables just wishing they could grow like they did on Space Station.
That's real. Real comment.
I just spent about 45 minutes tucking all that stuff down and running power cables for the lunar flyby tomorrow, so it looks a lot better than it did 2 hours ago.
So, Geek.
Oh, that's awesome.
All that stuff, all those cables over there on the right, they're USB cables to charge the cameras, charge the DSLRs, to charge the tablets, to charge the iPhones. Yeah, that's what they all are. How do I know that? The guy that put them there told me that. Well, not the guy that put them there, but let's say a guy that knows a little bit about this stuff. Yeah, so see that? All those cables? That's the USB cables. Seriously, they're USB cables for charging the tablet.
All right, Mark, with that, I'm going to stop the feed, and I'm going to go
Reed,
look at it for a minute.
No, Reed, give us the window.
All right, copy that.
Give us the window.
We appreciate that.
There's the
extra
forward
time.
hatch. Dude, it's so chill in there with the dim lights. That's awesome. Happy partner anniversary. Thanks, Norris. You really suck. Okay, lights back on. Well, oh well. We did get some cool onboard there for a second. Oh no! We suck again! Hi, why weren't the stars visible when looking from the onboard camera? They didn't point it out any windows there, dude.
And integrity.
That's why they weren't visible.
Post-burn reconfig is complete.
USB-C was invented about a month before EFT1 flew. I hate that a lot, Bill. Why did you feel like compelled to tell us that? Can you not do that again? Can you not, please? Oh, here we go. Saw cameras are working.
Integrity copies.
This is Artemis Mission Control. The crew is currently completing some opportunistic lunar science imagery where the Orion spacecraft was maneuvered into an attitude in order to be able to complete that imagery. And there on your screen, you are seeing a live look outside of the Orion spacecraft. This is coming to you from one of the solar array wing cameras. And in the bottom portion of that view, below one of those solar array wings, you can actually see the moon there.
Ah, yes. The moon. Just wait for
Later today, the Orion spacecraft and its crew will reach another important milestone when it enters the lunar sphere of influence, which is when the gravitational forces of the moon will be stronger than that of Earth.
You ever look close at my emoji? No, Matt, that's inappropriate. Why would I want to look close at your emoji? That's very inappropriate. I don't want to see your emoji, dude. Keep that to yourself, man. So, yeah, guys, these are not Hero 11s. I said they were Hero 11s. The Hero 11s are actually on board the capsule. They're inside. These are GoPros, but they're not Hero 11s. I think, Mutter, I don't think they're Hero 4s. I think they're Hero 5s, but yeah, we'd have to get a little bit more, Hero 5 blacks. They are Hero 5s. The Hero 11s are inside of the capsule. I thought the Hero 11s were on the saws because there's 4 Hero 11s that they have on board. I thought that was, 4 cameras, 4 solar panels. No, these are GoPros. And to be honest, guys, that's why you can't see any stars, because it's a wide-angle GoPro lens. Yeah, they're Hero 5s. They're not Hero 11s. Sean, use that over in the YouTube chat. Anyone else walk outside, looked at the moon, and said a quiet, "Oh my God," over the last few days? Yes. When I went outside to try and see the Project Kuiper launch the other day, I saw the moon, and it stopped. I stopped dead in my tracks. I'm like, wait a minute.
Houston, integrity
That's
for
the thing. That's the thing that they're going to. Holy shnikes! You know, like,
view that we have now, the most striking things are the size of the moon and the detail that we can see with the naked eye.
interesting.
It is
model.
almost a full moon. Maybe about 10% on the western limb is in the Terminator, and you can really see variations in terrain. There's clearly some large elevation changes on the western edge that's at the Terminator area. The view that we have now at the center is Grimaldi. It's almost dead center. It's just slightly south of center. And Oriental is not quite an orthogonal view, but we're able to really see into it, and you're starting to be able to differentiate the colors that are not
That's Oriental.
The differences in the gray that are down in there. Like there's a dark gray V on the bottom, and then a light gray V on the top in the center of Oriental. And the lighter gray actually matches the rings that are out to the north.
Going 34.
And the dark gray V in the bottom matches the part of the ring that's very easily visible in the southwest. Also, Grimaldi is the darkest that I can see so far, and then there's one spot that's just to the northwest of Grimaldi that is also very dark, but it really makes Procellarum and Oceanus look lighter. The grays there almost look like looking down on a forest where you can kind of see variations, splotches between light and dark gray. It doesn't look as consistently dark as it does from so far away. And the variation and all that mare, there's a lot of detail in the variation in the dark grays in that mare, and it really stands out now because Aristarchus is so bright in the center of all of that. But again, the biggest things that stand out to me are the size of the moon out the window to the naked eye and the terrain that I can see on the western limb due to the Terminator. I love the Terminator.
Yeah, we all do, Victor. That's Aristarchus.
That's awesome, Victor. Really good description. It's easy to imagine what
Look
you're
at
looking
Aristarchus. Holy crap.
Thank you for that.
Dude. So all this stuff here, all Grimaldi, Aristarchus crater, Mare Oriental, that's all on the western hemisphere of the moon. So like the moon is looking at us, right? You split it in half, right? The side that's looking at us, they're going around the western hemisphere side of the moon. These are all stuff that, so obviously we have pictures of them, right? No person has ever seen these things. These, specifically Oriental and Grimaldi, were dark during the Apollo missions. No one has ever seen this stuff before. Ever. Ever. They were dark during the Apollo missions. And Victor's describing them, and he's one of the first people to ever lay eyes on them. Like ever, period, full stop. Is that crazy or what? What's the scientific value of astronaut observation when we have high detail images? A Nikon, Brian, when you get close, then you'll see. You'll see. The DSLR is going to give you a probably... Honestly, dude, that Nikon Z9 will give you a better picture than that. You'll see. Remember, all right. Brian, to be 100% honest, right? Look, this mission is much more about shaking down the Orion capsule, right? Like, first and foremost, guys, remember that. It's making sure that this thing works.
Integrity Houston, heads up, 2-minute warning till we maneuver back.
Okay. They're going to move back into the Bias XSI for thermal purposes, right? So, guys, it's really about making sure the Orion capsule works. If you're going to... The Orion capsule needs to do a long-duration mission in deep space. If you're going to do a long-duration mission in deep space, you might as well go to the moon, right? Right? Might as well do that. So if you might as well go to the moon, you might as well bring some damn cameras with you, right? Right?
This is Artemis Mission Control. We just heard some communication.
That's why they're doing
between NASA astronaut Victor Glover,
Does that make
who
sense,
is the
Brian?
pilot on board the Orion spacecraft, as the crew is completing some opportunistic science imagery of the moon, and they were providing some of that science description down to the team here in Mission Control Houston.
But yeah, primary mission here, guys, is a test flight of the Orion capsule. Making sure that people can live and work in this thing for long periods of time. Did I see this at 5:30, 3:20? Revs, what do you got?
The crew has about a 15-minute block to be able to complete this opportunistic imaging, so they're towards the tail end of that block, and then the Orion spacecraft, which you can see a live view of it on your screen, will maneuver back into a biased tail-to-sun attitude. This attitude allows the spacecraft to manage thermal constraints and power generation, and it's the primary passive or passive safe flight orientation during transit.
What did you want me to see here, Rev? The gimbal check pre-launch. Yeah, dude. Yeah. They do a thrust vector control, the thrust TVC checkout on everything. The SRBs do them too.
And there you can see that
Makes
attitude
perfect
maneuver
sense. I
now
was thinking
taking
more
place
of a
to move back
scientific
into
mission.
that biased tail descent attitude with the moon in the lower corner of the screen.
Not asking you to break any analysis, but if you could give us 3 more minutes in this attitude, we would take it. We're just trying to wrap up some images, but we understand if you can't.
Nice.
And disregard, we see we're in the maneuver, never mind.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Mission Control said no. So they're going to reorient Orion to put it heat shield facing towards the sun. What does the attitude matter? So Vertic, I get a lot of questions that people ask me a lot of questions about, well, how are they out there so much? Isn't the radiation going to hurt them? Like, well, yeah. But if you have a heat shield and you point the heat shield towards the sun, that's certainly going to help, right? So that's what they do. Most of the time, Orion has had its engines, the service module engines, which are rocket engines. They can withstand getting hot, and the rocket engine doesn't really give a crap if it gets irradiated or not. That's just another side note. But they put the capsule into the engines facing towards the sun configuration. Like, once again, there's a couple of different reasons. One of them, put the heat shield between you and the sun. Probably a good idea. The other one is the solar panels. When they point the heat shield, where they point the engines, they point the capsule backwards, facing towards the sun, right? Yes, this is a Pilot G2, right? The solar panels can get more sunlight. Good question, dude. So yeah, solar panel efficiency has something to do with it, but also you don't, yeah, it's going to help you a little bit when you have the heat shield between you and the radiation coming at you. Sell me this pen. Write something down. Sell me this pen. Yeah, NASA often puts often multiple uses for the thing, you know? Like, it's not just one or the other.
From the Earth, and the crew has about 41,000 miles separating them and the spacecraft from the moon.
No.
The crew on board the Orion spacecraft is expected to make their lunar close approach and their lunar flyby observation period tomorrow during flight day 6.
Geek, did I ever show you the trajectory for eyes? I didn't. They started talking again. Check this out. Are they doing a barbecue roll? Nope. Sloth don't need to do that. Point the heat shield. Point the heat shield at the thing. At the sun. I don't think I ever showed you guys. You want a picture of what the moon's gravity is going to do. It's a free return, so let me move this out here. Watch what happens when the moon comes near Artemis 2. Or Artemis 2 comes near the moon. They purposely made it so their orbit intersects the moon's path, and watch. See? See the moon start to pull it in? The moon's going to change its trajectory, and when they get real close, it'll spit them out backwards. Ready? Whoop. Happy partner anniversary. Thank you. 11 years. Pretty cool, huh? And then that's where they do the figure 8 thing. What's P1 in Capstone? Those are other NASA missions, Goblinin. There's Artemis P1, P2, which is a Artemis. That's the Artemis Themis mission. Those missions are testing about how the sun is basically cooking the moon. Yeah, that's that. Capstone is a mission that was launched by Rocket Lab. Capstone is testing out a rectilinear halo orbit. If you were ever wondering what orbit the Gateway was going to be in, that's what it looks like. Yeah, that's why it has a long name like near rectilinear halo orbit, because it's a very strange orbit. No problem, Bob. Let's go back live. Here we go. Do you have the feed muted? Yes. Or no, I had it paused. Oof. Sorry. You just had some good words on their perspective? I'm rewinding it.
Well, Mark, I think one of the most interesting things right now is the four of us have looked at this moon our entire lives, and the way we are responding to what we are seeing out the window is, it's just like we're a bunch of little kids up here. Just, we cannot get enough of this. It's amazing. Thank you for the privilege.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that special perspective you have with all of us back here.
So how come the spit out seems to change the plane of the return? Moon has non-uniform gravitational pull. That, and they're not perfectly lined up to the equatorial plane of the moon. So if you're not perfectly lined up to the equatorial plane of the moon, yeah, it'll spit you out at a different inclination. That happens. That's normal. Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, the closed captioning is freaking out. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to give this a quick refresh. We're going to get us all caught up. There we go. Revere, and it makes you want to play KSP again. Dude, look at number of concurrent players on Steam. Kerbal is making a comeback because of this mission, which just... that makes me very happy. Can you pull off the rectilinear halo orbit in KSP? No. The rectilinear halo orbit needs lunar, the non-uniform gravitational pull. You need the Principia mod if you're going to do something like that. 7,000 live players in Kerbal, dude. How about that? You just started really playing it yesterday? Oh, Discordia, it's a great game. You want to know how what gave me the intro to knowing about all this? Kerbal, dude. Any chance of moon space poop hitting Orion? Moon space poop. No, I don't think so. Congrats on breaking 5,000 subscribers. Oh, thank you. Don't worry about KSP2. KSP2 is a steaming pile of broken toilet. Yeah. KSP2 is abandonware, guys. Don't worry. Don't buy it. It's the highest amount of players since before the sequel that will not be named. I agree, Squared. That's borderline criminal.
Discovery.
Any astronauts in the Capcom rotation? Jenny Gibbons, dude. Echo to Cat. Welcome to Mission Control. Your go at throttle up. Your 12-year-old has been learning KSP. He enjoys flight sim and just started Air Cadets. He's got his eyes on the prize. Dude, Hooch, that must be the best feeling in the world, man. KSP failed as bad as Orion's toilet. Yep. How is dog? Titan isn't here with me, but he was fine. He was pissed because we couldn't take him with us to Easter dinner, which kind of sucks at Mana, but hey, whatever. He was mad. He's like, you left me here all day. I'm like, yeah, so? He's like, but I'm the dog. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Rectilinear, I hardly knew her. Yeah, I know, right? Is the Kitten Space Agency game looking on track so far? What's your view of an ETA? Don't make any expectations for anything in the near future, Brewer. It's going to take some time, dude, but they're working on it. Did you give them leftovers? Amanda, what do you think? New KSP Realism mod available in the Ziploc aisle in your local grocery store. That dog has never heard the word no. Man, it was tough enough. It was tough enough when he had heartworms, man. Okay. He was just a boy, and he didn't know what was going on, and he knew he was sick. All right. All right. All right. All pups deserve pets and cuddles. That's right. Thank you. Another question for you. What's up, Leo? Why do most lunar orbits seem to be retrograde? Can you not do a free return or capture approach of the moon from behind, getting pulled in? You could, but you wouldn't free return. You would get launched into the sun. So the moon is orbiting and it's spinning, but it spins 1 revolution per orbit, but it's still spinning. You could get away with it, Leo. You could get away with it. But you want to, for a free return trajectory, you want to go against the spin. You want to do what's called a retrograde insertion around the moon. You could get away with a prograde one with the moon, but retrograde is easier because you're going against the way the moon is spinning. Now, the moon doesn't spin very much. It's very slight. It's, like I said, 1 revolution per orbit, right? But it does spin. 30 minutes to lunar SOI. Hell yeah, baby. Yeah, so Leo, you can get it. You can go at it to do a counterclockwise orbit, right? You can do that, sure. You could do that to get a free return. But you'd be going with the spin. It wouldn't be as efficient. The spin matters. It absolutely matters on Earth, dude. Oh yeah. And now on Earth, it matters for a different reason. But yeah, the moon's, yeah, like you could do it. Like you could. This way is easier. The spin does make a difference, guys. Going against the spin of a planet, or doing a retrograde insertion relative to spin, that makes a difference. What is SOI? So, Brent, SOI is sphere of influence. It's basically when Orion's orbit is going to start being perturbed by the moon. It means that's the start of when the moon's gravity is going to start pulling it in. That's a big deal. No humans have ever been in the moon's SOI. Humans haven't been in the moon's SOI in 53 years. No, Matt. 1 revolution per orbit. The moon, because the moon's tidally locked, it spins once every 28 days. The spin does matter, guys. That makes a difference. It's not a lot, though. But you want to take every efficiency that you can get. So, Leo, that was a good question. You can it's called retrograde gravity assisting. You can do it. Like and every little bit matters. Do you think commercial space flights are realistic in the near future? What do you mean commercial space flights, Cleric? SpaceX launches commercial space flights all the time. The AX-5 mission is a commercial space flight to the ISS. The current NASA administrator, Jared Isaacman, flew 2 commercial space flights with Dragon, the Inspiration 4 and the Polaris Dawn mission. Commercial space flights are here. That's already a thing. Yeah. Now, are you talking about like routine commercial flights? I think that's what you mean. Give it a little while. Give it a little bit of time. I'd say, if space keeps progressing at the rate that it's progressing, I don't know, 10, 15 years. Do we have a defined threshold? There's no really line of demarcation here, Josh. It just kind of starts to happen and it gradually picks up. How long will these people be in space for? 4 crew on board are on a 10-day mission, Frosty. And we are halfway done with it. They're on flight. This is flight day 5. We just basically passed the halfway point of the mission here. Okay, understood. What about if I actually wanted to put yourself into an equatorial prograde lunar orbit? What would that approach look like? Yeah, that approach would go at it from the opposite side. You could do that. You'd have to step on the brakes at Paraloon though. If I watch an hour here, do I get the badge? No. No. Watch NASA's stream tomorrow. Yeah, have I ever worked for a space company? No. A man of my word, no. I'm self-taught. We got an onboard. I'm self-taught, dude. I've done work with NASA, like I've hosted panels at TwitchCon with them and stuff. But yeah, no, never worked out in the industry. Very impressive. Thanks, dude. Gravity question. Does weightless feel different while in orbit, falling, and while heading to the moon, floating? No, but it's about the same. It's a microgravity environment. Yeah. You're falling. You're falling around stuff. That's what orbiting is. Okay. But if you want to know what that feeling's like, if you've ever ridden a roller coaster, right? You ever ride a roller coaster, you go over the first drop, that kind of tingling feeling that you get.
Artemis Mission Control in Houston, Texas.
Up your spine, that feeling of weight, that's weightlessness. That's what it feels like. That's it. And no, it doesn't change if you're out at the moon or in low Earth orbit or going down a roller coaster. Physics is physics, dude. It don't change.
For solar array wings,
it's that
feeling,
referred
dude. To as saws, and each of those solar arrays has its own camera. And this view you're seeing here provides a good
look
at
bad idea.
The engines and thrusters that are on the service module of the Orion spacecraft.
Navin, how good do I think the broadcast tomorrow will be? The lunar flyby? Probably about as good as what we're seeing here. Can you point out what engines they used on the last burn? The auxiliary thrusters, these things. They use those. Those are Apollo, B4D engines. Yeah, those are the same reaction control system thrusters that they used on the Apollo CSM. They're just using them here for propulsion thrusters. Outbound trajectory correction 3 was good and on time. This is the view we should have had of the burn. Agreed. How many G's acceleration can the Orion thrusters generate at max? Maybe
some of the items
G,
on the cruise
maybe.
menu for dinner this evening include cashew chicken curry, pickled beets, vegetable casserole.
Bro, we're trying to keep the toilet working. Oh, God.
Beef fajita strips and fish with mango salsa.
What?
Ahead
No wonder
of a
the
mission,
toilet's broken.
The assigned crews typically work with the Space Food Systems Laboratory here in Houston, Texas, to taste the variety of space food options available and pick some of the items that they would like to eat during their mission.
Well,
the crew often is able to pick some crew preference items. So, for example, CSA astronaut Jeremy Hansen has also brought some
Taco Bell
Canadian-specific items on board, including some maple syrup and maple cream cookies.
Dude, maple cream cookies are dangerous. I had viewers, actually one of my moderators sent me those things. Damn, those things are fire, dude. I could eat a whole box of those things. Dude, the maple cream cookies, those are trouble. Straight up, those are trouble. Ever had maple butter? Yeah, dude. It's got to be a challenge for the air handling. Well, Chromewise, what I was saying, dude, is that, this whole mission's a shakedown for the Orion capsule, and I guess they want to stress test the systems. The plumbing systems. So, all right. Interesting question. Can they use the space vacuum for food preservation? you'd need an airlock to do something like that, Trenton. So
Integrity Houston,
somebody's
be
exercising.
advised that we're getting a little bit of Radicom. We've got structure in the way, and it's dropped out a couple of times momentarily or briefly. So if you don't get us at once, try again.
What are they communicating on? They're on Madrid 54. Okay, hold on 1 second.
Copy that, Houston.
So Mark said there was a structure in the way. That means exactly what you think it means. All right, let's take a look. So DSN Madrid 54 is communicating. That's the uplink downlink with Artemis 2. Azimuth is 182 degrees at 21 degree elevation. So let's go here, let's go there, let's go there. Take a look. He said a structure's in the way. Oh, look, there they are. So 180 degrees here. I don't know which one is 54, but they're pointed at one. That's the mountain. 180 at 7 degrees. The hill's in the way. See, look where the dish would be. The moon is low on the horizon in Spain right now. That's why we haven't had much comms. That hill is in the way. Straight up. I mean, he said a structure was in the way. It could be something over here, but unlikely. It's most likely the hill, dude. I mean, they said 21 on the horizon. Either that or it's... Now, that's the 70-meter antenna, but...
And this is Artemis Mission Control. You just heard some communication between the Capcom or capsule communicator here in Mission Control, which for the Orbit 2 ship currently on console is Mark Reagan. And the crew on board the Orion spacecraft discussing the current communication status between the ground and the spacecraft.
And fair, everything's all right.
The crew is about to enter into a private conference between them and the flight director to round out Flight Day 5. The crew typically has a private flight director conference at the end of each day. And the flight director currently on console for Orbit 2 is Diane Daly.
Suspected Orion structure, nothing on Madrid to block at current pointing. It was 21 on the horizon, Boreal, so yeah, and the comms look to be crispy now, so yeah, you think the saw got in the way of the antenna? What else would it be? Because if it's not that hill, right? If it's not the hill, the saws are the only other thing I could think of. And that might be why they have imparted a roll rate on the capsule. The antennas are in the valley because it's more quiet to EM interference. Believe that, Drew? Yeah, absolutely. You remember doing a tour at the Canberra site when you were in grad school. That's cool, man. Check Discord for the Horizon mask. Alright. Where'd you link that up? Which channel is it in, Boreal? There's a good movie on Canberra called The Dish. Yeah. The Dish. Aerospace and Science. Okie dokie. This is the DSN 54. That's the antenna's horizon mask. Elevation in degrees. This is 53 degrees. Oh, they're at 21, dude. Okay. Yeah, no. Yeah, it's definitely not the hill. It's Orion. Yeah, that degree was at 182 degree azimuth at 21 degrees. Yeah, no way. Yeah, good call. Thanks, man. Also, you freaking nerd. Freaking nerd. No, seriously. I've actually learned a ton about the DSN because of you. And I will go and use that information to teach a ton of people about it from now on. You have no idea what you have done. I wear the title proudly. Yeah, so do I, dude. So do I. Tiny Need Pick, it's Canberra. Yeah, but I'm an American. I don't know how to pronounce your stuff correctly. Tell me how to say Worcester, all right? And then we'll talk. Or tell me, you know what I mean? Why would I say your stuff correctly? I'm not from there. No, to be very fair, Green Bee.
Integrity Houston for Reed.
I've been trying to say Canberra, right? Like, but I always end up saying Canberra, dude. I just snap back into it.
Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, I understand you temp stowed that snack bag that you prepared earlier today. You are go to double bag that and stow that with the rest of the snack stuff in A1. We're not going to use that, but we want it there because we're going to analyze all of that after you get back.
Could I show you by any chance what they eat in space? Sure, man.
Maybe knowing that a few hours ago would help me not finish drinking that snack.
Or that. You could do it that way.
Oops. Or you could do it that way. I mean...
Okay, and also...
if the team wants... I did get out 2 snacks earlier, and one of them I did not put any water in, and I re-stowed it. I can pull that one out and fill it, and then re-stow it just for analysis.
Not required. It's good in the config it is.
Hey, Reed's a hungry, he's a hungry
and
commander,
then also, we have OE2 privatized for your conference, and you guys are welcome to meet Resolute Flight over there when you're ready.
Heading over there now.
Hey, Reed's a hungry commander, dude. He's got it. You know, he's got to eat. I'm new to all this space stuff since Artemis 2. Do you think SpaceX will have the HLS done in time? It's going to be close, Keon. Yeah, it's going to be close, dude. I think they'll do it. I know a lot of very talented people down there that work at Starbase. And when I say I know, I mean I know them personally. Like I've shaken their hands. Those people are gung-ho about getting that thing finished. Believe that. And I guarantee you that the people that work on Blue Moon, I know a lot of people that work on that program too. The other lander. They're trying. They're trying as fast as going as fast as they can. Yeah, yeah, pretty much, Cyborg. Yeah, game recognized game. What's the due date for SpaceX? Well, tentatively they're scheduled to do an on-orbit flight test with Orion, to dock with Orion in low Earth orbit next year. So we're gonna need to start seeing some flight test models then. SpaceX got to get their butt in gear, but I think they will. I think the people down there will not fail. I think they'll do it. Is it at all realistic to have people walking on the moon within a year? No, doggo. 2028 is bold, but I would say it's doable. I think there's a good shot that both of them are ready in time. And I would really, really, really hope that that's the case. So is it easy to get your camera phones fried in the capsule if you put them too close to the windows? Christina's tablet already got fried, Jack. So yes, it's very easy. You feel like Victor might be the one. I have a feeling about him. I'd say Johnny Kim if I was going to put my money on it. Wait, how do things get fried up there? Radiation, dude. Radiation will fry stuff pretty fast. There's a lot of radiation up there. Don't get me wrong. It's not like you're going to bring it up there and it's going to like catch on fire in front of you. It'll just, yeah. It's a luck of the draw. Sometimes I mean, like Reed, Victor, and Jeremy's tablets are working just fine. They've worked fine this entire time. Christina put hers up to, I don't know if she put hers up to the window or what, but yep, just radiation decided to hit it the wrong way and it broke it. Published another update, functioning a bit more as a dashboard now, as well with the easy and accessible tools and highlight media. What do you got here? Holy shnikes, Rep! This is great, dude! Dude, you loaded up the LTP. This is what Reed was trying to get on his tablet. That's really cool, dude. So there's Oriental, all right? There's Grimaldi right there. All right, there's the Gleschko crater. Tycho crater is over there. It's on the horizon. But that right there, guys, that's the Ocean of Storms. That's where Apollo 12 landed. Fun fact. That's cool. Rev needs an NSF job. When you're in space, how do you know what time it is? When you just look at your watch. The astronauts are basically on Central Time, dude. Yeah, they're on Central Time. Why? Mission Control's on Central Time. It's in the Central Time Zone. So, how do you know what time it is? Look at your watch. If you really wanted to figure it out, you could look at the stars and you could use a sextant and do some nerd stuff and you could figure it out. No, they are on mission elapsed time. I mean, they're not, but they are. But yes, the mission elapsed time coincides with the Central Time Zone. But you know, no. It's MET. It's not CDT. No. I think you have the page manually zoomed in. Yeah, I usually do that. All right, so what's up? Have you seen this video of Artemis yet? It's one of the coolest you've seen. Yeah, that's been linked a fair amount of times, Phone Sister. Yeah, the one from the jet. Yeah. Just the bottom of the image, nothing fancy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you loaded a slide from the LTP, dude. That's cool. This is the thing that Reed was trying to get on his tablet. The thing he needed to clear the cache and delete cookies to get at. Fun fact. Yes, Mark, the Capcom was, Mark Reagan was troubleshooting it for him. Yeah, we heard IT from 200,000 miles up. This was shown at the presser today. Cool. Cool. When will the closest approach happen? Tomorrow, radio. So take a look. We're sitting here, at mission elapsed time, 4 days, 5 hours, 44 minutes, 43 seconds. We're basically getting into the free period here. Pre-sleep period is what it's called. And then they're going to, they'll enter the sleep because they're in the Central Time Zone. And then when they get out of that, This is tomorrow morning. I can check more to get more of a timestamp of this. Crew sleep begins in about an hour and a half. Crew wake up is at 10:39. So, guys, yeah, I'm gonna be here at 10 tomorrow. The good stuff is gonna happen over here. Close approach to the moon is basically 7 o'clock, 6:54 p.m. This is a tentative time, guys. Honestly, don't just come for the closest approach. Don't just come for the max distance from Earth. You know, don't come here just for that. You want to watch all this, because I guarantee you NASA's going to show us some pictures. EJ, sleep time. We watch you. Okay. You sent me something. Modder, that's probably it's probably frozen piss if I had to guess, dude. Yeah, so I'm gonna be here at 10:30. So it's 12:20 now. So I think
Houston integrity for wrap-up item.
Go ahead, Christina.
Yeah, don't sell yourself short on the whole adventure. That's right.
Hey, Mark, I have AGA readings when you're ready.
Yeah, guys, what I've been doing here is I sleep when the crew sleeps, right? So when the crew...
Okay, when we turned on the AGA this time, we did have 2 alarms. One said for HCN, it was like a read error. I don't remember the exact verbiage. That was transient. It went away after just a couple seconds and then read off-scale low. Then we had the expected high oxygen alarm. Other values, CO2, 3.1, oxygen, 26.6, temperature, 75, pressure, 10.45.
That's a lot of CO2.
Okay, we copy those. Do you have more stuff for us?
Ooh.
Do you have...
And for the docking camera, we will be completing that activity shortly.
So they did depress.
Awesome.
So that, guys, it's 3.1% NHG, which is way lower than 3.1%.
Is that it from you?
And Mark, we were just chatting that we probably owe you a report on Nat Geo shot list, and we have been referring to the shot list, and basically we really just have the cameras out almost at all times. We got the bird today, we got all the suit DFTO, and pretty much every day we've been catching day in the life items, whether that's mealtime or time at the windows observing, and any dynamic operations, and basically kind of the big moments of the day. So we do think we're capturing all those. Let us know if you need more granularity on that, but we are checking the list. We're making sure we get what they'd like and more.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Okay, dudes.
That's all we had. Anything from y'all?
Yeah, just the one thing. We are about to start that wastewater dump momentarily, and I know it's pre-sweep time, but it will take any observations if you have them.
We're watching right now, and it's a light blizzard with kind of familiar larger particles and kind of pulsing, chugging. Not a ton of flow right now. compared to maybe the higher flow primary dumps or the secondary dumps. But yeah, we're seeing something out there. We're seeing some kind of snowstorm.
She's talking about piss.
Okay, copy. Thank you for the observation.
Yeah, they're venting pee overboard. Cassignan, you come in here anytime tomorrow afternoon.
And Mark,
you're gonna see.
Pretty much came to a complete stop there, and then there's been a couple little spurts, almost a complete stop right now while I'm talking to you.
The damn thing's frozen again.
Copy, Jeremy. We're going to keep it configured to dump and see how far we can get this down. Thank you for the insights.
So it's liquid waste, guys. It's not poop, it's pee.
And if you do need to use the toilet, just give us a call.
See? Gonna need to put a heater on the dump line. There was a heater on the dump line spoiled, but when they had it on, it...
Copy and understand, thanks.
When they had it on, it started making a burning smell, so they shut it off. That's why they're having so many problems with it. I'd rather have the toilet do this than have burning smells inside of the flight deck.
This
like
is
in the
Artemis
cockpit.
Mission Control in Houston, Texas. We heard some words from the crew on board the Orion spacecraft. Seeing a live view of that spacecraft on the left-hand side of your screen. Specifically calling down was NASA astronaut Christina Cook, who is one of the mission specialists for the Artemis II mission. They were providing some final updates for the remaining tasks on their timeline for Flight Day 5. They provided some AGA or anomaly gas analyzer readings. These readings are provided periodically to provide an update of any trace contaminants and also levels of things such as carbon dioxide in the cabin of the Orion spacecraft. They also provided an update on the docking camera installation. This is another task that is completed pretty regularly, especially ahead of the crew sleep period coming up. And then they also provided some updates on the imagery capture for activities related to a National Geographic documentary. And then
We're seeing flurries out the window now, and it's slightly increasing, just started.
Okay, that's good news. And Jeremy, we got one go back. If you could tell us where the images are from the day, we have good comm and to downlink that stuff right now.
They have those, Alpine. You make a joke, but they have them. They're called contingency collapsible urinals. And that's what they've been doing when the toilet clogs. I'm going to be honest.
Okay, you can look on PCD2 for the science photos that we took for the opportunistic science. And that's the only ones we've done so far. We're probably going to add a few more later.
40-minute blackout period, Seacraft.
Awesome. We'll go look there. Thank you. And if this is it, and I hope it is, good night to you guys. Sleep well.
Good night to you too. We had a great day.
We'll go to the SOI transition, and then your boy's going to stop.
And this is Artemis Mission Control. The final item that the crew was talking about just now was related to a wastewater dump. Again, this is a daily activity that takes place typically towards the end of the flight day. The Universal Waste Management System, or basically the space toilet on board the Orion spacecraft, typically vents its contents overboard each day.
Let's take a little Morty nap.
The crew is now heading into their pre-sleep period, and during this time they will have the opportunity to eat their dinner and also complete any remainder personal activities for the day to prepare for their upcoming sleep period. They typically have about 2.5 hours dedicated for that pre-sleep period, and then the sleep period itself will last about 8.5 hours.
Can I ask for the Discord? Sure, man. There you go. It's not a skip. So Orion is designed to hit the atmosphere and skip back up into space and then come back down. Apollo kind of hit the atmosphere, leveled off, and then went down. It's an Apollo trajectory. That's what they're going to fly on. Well, they should have figured out this testing of the toilet on the ISS. They did. And the parts that they used, the parts that they tested on the ISS worked just fine. You haven't heard anything about the solid waste having any problems, have you? Guys, the toilet is the same one that works on the ISS. The thing about this, all right, the thing about it is...
Integrity Houston, no action for you. We're toggling right at that limit. We're going to inhibit that waste dump required message while we're doing this. Suppress that message.
Okay, makes sense to us. Thanks.
What was I saying? Yeah, and you designed an Orion poster for fun. Oh, I like that. That's pretty good, man.
And this is Artemis Mission Control. There on your screen, you can see a live look of the Orion spacecraft as it's currently completing an attitude maneuver following that wastewater dump. These views coming to you from the solar array wing cameras. Again, there are four solar array wings, or SAWs, on the Orion spacecraft, which provide power generation. And each of those solar array wings has a camera mounted to it, and it provides some of these live views that you've been seeing throughout the mission.
The parts that they tested on the ISS work. The solid waste component works. The thing is that the ISS liquid waste component gets recycled, or that's also P, by the way. The ISS liquid waste gets recycled. They recycle it, so they take the urine and they filter it and they convert it back into water on the ISS. Orion doesn't have that. The reason why Orion doesn't have that is because it's too heavy. It's too heavy to move a capsule with all that extra crap on board. Not literally. So Orion has the dump mechanism. That thing, the thing that's making the snow. It looks like a blizzard. That's not snow. It's frozen piss. That's the part that's malfunctioning. So did they test this on the ISS prior, Bob? Yes, they did. All those parts work correctly. This part does not. Once again, test flight, man. That's how she goes. Okay, how do we fix it? Caffeine, you're not going to be able to fix that problem until you get the capsule back. Something is weird with the heaters for that pipe. That pipe was working just fine when the toilet heater was working. But on flight day 2, they went to turn the toilet heater on and it made a burning smell from the bathroom. A burning smell. Burning smell is not what you want to hear on a spacecraft. Or an aircraft, for that matter. So they shut it off. And what they've been doing is they've been orienting the waste dump pipe into the sun to melt the ice to get flow, to use that as a heater instead. But you do have some flow rate problems. So yeah, that's the part that's untested. You got to test it. Oh, Billy, what's up? What do you got, man? Thank you. It's awesome to have someone watch that can explain things in real time from a technical and layman standpoint, but also joke around and keep it lighthearted. I try not to take myself too seriously, Billy. And I hope that would come through. Because, yeah, I can nerd out about space and I can go full, like, locked in. But I like to have a good time, too, you know? Thanks for those kind words, man. I've been partnered for 11 years. I've been streaming for almost 15. Would there not be a risk of contaminating other atmospheres by releasing human waste in space? No, Seagal. I mean, some of this will impact the moon, but most of it's going to keep going with Orion on its trajectory, and it'll just burn up in our atmosphere, dude.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Lochinver? Or is it Lochinver? 2-month resub. Thank you very much. You need more down-to-earth people like you? I try, man. Instead of meteor showers, it's pea showers. Yeah. We need down-to-moon people, too. Yeah, Tommy, you ain't kidding, man. You ain't kidding, man. Ain't it the truth? All right, Dan. Good night, buddy. Happy Easter. Lochinver, thanks for doing the stream on this wonderful event. Yeah, no problem, dude. Thank you for the resub. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate that EJ never makes us feel stupid. I mean, Angie, that's not, I'll be 100% honest with you. It's purely pragmatic decision. That's not really a good way to get more people involved in space if you gatekeep it like a dickweed, right? Like, no, I'll find a way to explain it to you because this stuff is cool. And I want more people to see that this stuff is cool. It's cool, man. I mean, the piss is in a vacuum, so it's not technically cool, but it is frozen. Like, that's what I was talking about, right? Like, you know, like, I hate gatekeeping information. I'll tell you everything I know. I mean, there's some things you don't talk about, right? Because rockets and stuff, but yeah, I don't do that to you guys. I don't believe in, you know, like, oh, I know this information that you don't know. Screw that. That's not how you get more people involved in space. Tell me your credit card number then. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Integrity has entered SOI. Oh, of course I did. All right, Dan. It's the same combination as your luggage? Dude, me too.
You said integrity on 1 for 10.2 question.
Question, over.
Go ahead.
We're there, Ivan.
First on the dump, very slow flurries, and then the docking camera is powered. And then third, when we went down to 10.2, we just, obviously with the pressure change, a lot of our packaging up here expanded pretty heavily. And one that we noticed is the LIO bags, and we don't know if the LIO inside those bags is damaged by the pressure delta or not. Let us know if you would like to open up the Ziplocs there and take a look. I'm not sure if we have to go into the
no
hermetic seal on that bag or not.
Do not, no, don't open that.
Okay, copy the question. We're talking about it.
They lowered the capsule's internal pressure, guys, from 14 psi down to 10.2, technically. The reason why they did that is so they can test how the capsule works with a lowered cabin pressure for docking with the lunar landers that aren't ready yet. What happens is some of their luggage expanded because they decreased the pressure and there was still air in those, so it expanded everything like a balloon, like blowing up a balloon almost. Some of those have LiO batteries in them. Lithium batteries. Lithium batteries expanding is not good for them. what's the oxygen percentage? It's nitrox, Mikaguru. So it's similar atmospheric composition to Earth right now. So it's not like a pure oxygen environment. No, we learned not to use those. .6 last reported on the AGA. Yeah, 26% oxygen, 26.6% oxygen. That's right. At, what was it, 75 degrees. How about we just don't open those and just never open those ever again? Like, just tell me everything's going to be okay. It's probably not a big deal, but also that's very astute of Reed to notice that because, yeah, that's probably something you want to be on top of. Don't screw around with lithium batteries in an environment. Okay. The reason why you don't screw around with lithium batteries, so this happens all the time, guys. You ever heard stories of people have like a, like a battery-powered electric scooter?
Hey, Reed, the LIO question. Nobody seems too concerned about that right now, but it is going to take a little while to talk to the MER and get a better answer than that. Would you like that called up tonight if we get that tonight, or would you rather just wait and hear it in the morning?
Yeah, lithium when it...
And Mark, we can wait. Thank you.
Okay, copy that.
So, lithium when it meets oxygen really likes to catch on fire. Yeah, that's the right way to say that. LIO without heat is not an issue. Yeah, but the pressure, if it expanded, that means it's under higher pressure. Spoiled, right? Like, well, actually, not necessarily.
This is Artemis Mission Control in Houston, Texas.
If nobody at Mission Control wasn't immediately like, "Oh crap," then we're fine. But yeah, that's why everybody in chat was like, "Ugh."
4 days, 6 hours, 2 minutes, and 54 seconds into the Artemis 2 mission. By reaching this milestone, it means that the gravitational forces of the moon are now greater on the Orion spacecraft than that of Earth.
That's right, Binary, yeah. Well, that's why you must carry lithium batteries versus checking them, because baggage on planes is not pressurized. Yeah. That rule's written in blood, I'm pretty sure. We have SOI transition. There we go, baby. Is that what she just said? Sorry, I was...
The moon, and 54 seconds into the Artemis 2 mission. By reaching this milestone, it means that the gravitational forces of the moon are now greater on the Orion spacecraft than that of Earth.
And the pee is still flowing. Okay.
Flyby is expected to take place on flight day 6. And currently, the Orion spacecraft is about 39,000 miles away from the moon and about 232,000 miles away from the Earth.
232,000 miles away from home. Spare camera batteries, Crafty, yeah. They're...
In Houston Integrity, there's now some photos on PCD-3 for downlink PAO flight day 5.
They have entered Lunar SOI, dude.
Copy that. Thank you.
Holy crap. That's pretty good. Do they get charged long distance? I have no idea. Yes, Sloth, I did. Took us a freaking half century. Give me a freaking break, dude. What is SOI? Sphere of Influence, Bite Saber. It means it's to the point where the moon's gravity is stronger than Earth's gravity, and the moon's going to start pulling you in. That's a good thing. That means that's like the... It's not necessarily a line of demarcation, but it's basically the line of demarcation for being like, yeah, like you're not closer to the moon, but that's when you've kind of entered the moon's presence. You know what I mean? Like you're there. I hope that sudden camera change upon SOI didn't make them dizzy. Talon, did you just make a funny? Did you make a Kerbal joke? Ha 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 ha. Good one. Ha ha ha. Oh boy. Yeah, it's wild. Mission Control wasn't concerned with it, so screw it. Are we going to start accelerating now? Yeah, that should be the case, Sloth. Let's take a look. It's going to be a second before this number starts going up, guys. But, yeah, that's... There it is. There's Grimaldi. That's Oriental. That's the Ocean of Storms right there. Damn, that's cool. It just happened, Bozo. Does he read YouTube chat messages? Yeah, Beppy, you got to tag me, though, dude. Tag at... Here. I'll show you. Tag at EJSA1, and I'll answer. If you don't tag me, because I'm dealing with two chats, and there's a lot of people here, I'll assume you're not talking to me. That's what I don't read. So if you throw the tag in there, you have a question for me, just, yeah, I'll answer. Yeah, Drew. Thanks, man. I read what you said, and that's why I said it. Yeah, so see, like, their velocity is not really changing much anymore. It's going to take a second to pop up to 359, guys. Do they feel the speed increase? No, it's all relative. No, you're in micro... They're in microgravity. You wouldn't feel it. Oh, I thought you were ignoring me. Did we just break the record? No, that's tomorrow. By my math, it should be in 12 minutes. Peppy, your friend just told me if I wanted to geek out about Artemis to check you out. I'm new to all this space stuff. Oh, Beppy, you found your way over on Twitch. Dude, tag me. That's why I couldn't see what you were saying. If you tag me, then I'll read it. Yeah, I do read YouTube chat, dude. I swear. I do read YouTube chat. I'm happy you're new to it. Yeah, and I'm happy you're here, man. If Beppy, you want to tag me, talk to me. I'll answer whatever, dude. Yeah, or on YouTube or on Twitch, wherever you want. Thanks for covering the mission. Sure, man. And Beppy, like, on top of all that, dude, I do what most streamers don't do. If I miss your message, just tell me to see your last message, and I usually will check it out. How close do they get to the moon? 4,070 miles, Star Spirit. It just slowed by 1 mile an hour. Yeah, okay, so it's not exactly there yet. It's going to be close, but... Say string cheese, otherwise you're an absolute liar, okay?
Oh, this is space. I'm in
Beppy,
space.
no need to apologize. It's all good, man. I'm just giving you a primer, and you got gifted a sub, too. Just giving you a primer on how I operate, man. You got questions for me? I'll answer them. And if I can't figure it out, somebody here can. You are catching me kind of at the quote-unquote end of my shift. So what I do here, what I've been doing this entire mission, guys, is I sleep when the astronauts sleep. When the crew sleeps, I sleep. Shut up, weather guy. It's a shame we can't all get together in real life and celebrate the stream with me. Yeah. So, guys, I'm going to be live for the duration, right? I do need to jog the YouTube VOD before tonight because YouTube VOD's at almost 3 hours. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, geez. It's a long sleeping period tonight, dudes. Yeah, I'm going to have to reset the YouTube video VOD before I go to bed. Do you follow all space missions like this? I cover launches. Not everybody has this transparent 24/7 mission coverage. For a lunar mission, for a NASA lunar mission, oh yeah. I can guarantee you that Artemis 3, 4, and 5 I will cover like this, yes. But I do usually cover rocket launches. The thing is about rocket launches is that they launch, they take 8 minutes to get up there, and then they're done. But yeah, I do space news segments throughout the week, usually. That's my normal schedule. And then we play spaceflight games and just any manner of video games. It is a Twitch stream, right? So we got to play games. I still abide by that rule. I'm not sure anybody cares anymore, but I still do it. So yeah, I'm just a big space nutcase, dude. And yeah, if there's any mission coverage that we can get to, like, that I can cover, I'll usually do it. Yeah. What's the approximate Eastern Daylight Time when they reach Apollon? It's 6 o'clock, approximately. Wait, Artemis 4 and 5, isn't that a multi-week mission? You think I'm going to miss a second of the first lunar landing? Are you out of your mind? I know what he meant, spoiled. That's what I just said. Bro, this is just a flyby. I'm here for the duration. I don't give a frick. I'm not missing any of this, dude. This is my first lunar mission. I've never seen people go to the moon. And the vast majority of spaceflight fans nowadays haven't either. We've never seen people get near the moon. I'm not missing a second of this. I sleep when the astronauts sleep. But dude, if I could figure out a way to not sleep, I would watch the entire mission. I'm not even kidding. Beppy, I've been live since Wednesday. The uptime is not going to show that, though. Because Twitch makes you reset the VOD every 48 hours. I've been live since mission elapsed time -7 or -10. I was live over here. I had to reset it every once in a while. I've been live since last Wednesday. Only really stopping for Easter and to sleep. Caffeine IV when? Yeah, you gotta sleep or else you'll die. Please don't do that if they start doing 6-month missions. No. You got that astronaut schedule. That's right. That astronaut schedule. Bring out the caffeine toothpicks. Yeah, this is a cool tab. This is a... So you could look at this website, Beppy, if you want to. My buddy Revs Up Rays, a viewer in chat, made it. Here, I'll link it up for you. If you want to see it, you can see it because it does a bunch of cool stuff. Like it'll show you where the timer is over the mission operations, right? See, right now we're in the pre-sleep period for the end of flight day 5. Mission elapsed time 4 days, 6 hours, 19 minutes, 20 seconds. I've been alive, I've been live, not alive. I've been alive for 37 years. I've been live basically that plus about 10 hours. So 4 hour and 16 minute up, or 4 days, 16 hour uptime. I'm starting to get tired, Beppy. I gotta go to sleep. I can't even talk straight. So we're getting into the pre-sleep period, but here, check this out. Numbers. You can see their speed. You see Orion's speed, distance, altitude, phase of the mission that it's in. The schedule is overlaid here. We can jump to current. Oh, Revs, you made it so they can. Ooh. I like that. You could scrub through the entire schedule. That's pretty cool. I got you for the question about the lunar pass. Refreshed and go to the lunar targeting plan again, Maestro. Boop. How did you do this so damn fast, man? Huh. Do all crew members sleep during the sleeping period? No, all crew members sleep, Keon. Mission control monitors Orion. Orion can do everything from mission control that they can do with Orion up there. Oh, whatever, dudes. It works. But yeah, guys, we're getting into the sleep period, so you can sit here. You could sit here and watch Orion piss everywhere. YouTube, I do need to jog the VOD, so we're gonna pack it down, and I'm gonna enter the EJ pre-sleep period. I'm gonna go lie down. I've been awake for a long time today. Hey man, hearing some feedback in your headphones. Well, that too. It's not feedback. What you are hearing, hold on real quick, right? I thought it was feedback. I'm like, wow, NASA streams are so bad because it's definitely their stream, right? I'm like, oh man, it's just such a pain in the butt. Like, it freaking feed. Dude, that's Orion's signal lock that you're hearing because they have the mission control loops open. What you're hearing is that, the uplink. See right here? So this is Deep Space Network now. DSN 54 is uplinked to Artemis 2. It's uplinked to Orion. That's what that noise is. Isn't that cool? So, trust me, if this was anything else, that would drive me up the wall. But since it's the signal lock, we're okay. Yeah, that's what that buzzing noise is, dude. Right? Dude, trust me, I work in content creation. You have to be a little bit of an audiophile. That would drive me up the wall if it was anything, like literally anything else. Like, it sounds like a grounding issue, but no. What you're hearing is the uplink to a spacecraft that's 230,000 miles away from Earth with people on board, which is cool, dude. Why does Madrid get 2 extra dishes? I don't know, because they built more. Yeah, audiophile, right? What's up, dude? All right, let me pack it down, guys. I'm going to reset the YouTube video, or the YouTube VOD, because the YouTube VOD resets every 12 hours, so I got to be careful. I got to be more careful with that. So, sort of cancels out the tinnitus, which is nice. Yeah, dude, I could listen to this all day. All right, so what we hear is the data. It's the communications lock, Ivan. No, you're not hearing the data go through. You're just hearing the signal lock. Twitch doesn't need to be reset. Twitch resets every 48. So we got enough. We'll do all of flight day 6 on this Twitch VOD. So, stand by for loss of signal on YouTube as expected. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I will be back in a moment. It should be about a 15-second loss of signal.